Hey, 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 all my crafty friends. I am coming to you with another edition of my treble album that we took a 3-day trip to Chicago. Today we are finally gonna finish day one. I know. But we did a ton of stuff. I took a ton of pictures and it was a very memorable trip. So I'm putting a lot of time and energy into it. So we are going to start with that. I will link the other albums or the album like playlist up here in the corner for you if you'd like to, go back and watch it all. But yeah, let's get started here. It's very photo heavy. This is week in a life thing, don't worry about that. But it's very big photo heavy. That's what I like. But things might start changing up a little bit. I did use that one. Changing up a little bit as I'm trying to get through it, obviously. But still, like I've mentioned before, just pretty photo heavy. But I would like to start putting more journaling in. I'm going to start putting more, as you can see, very photo heavy. I'm going to start putting more voices in, using these 4x8.25 inserts. I'm going to have each family member do one and just put them in here sporadically. Not, it might not be, per thing, but we have 4 people and that obviously my family, and I'm going to put them in here sporadically, like I said, and then hopefully have a picture of the person that filled it out on the back of it, or something along those lines. So other things that we're going to finally figure out how to incorporate are the postcards also that I bought. And also I have the tickets from the train that we need to get in here. I don't know if I'm going to do that today or not, honestly. But I have figured out a way to do that, I believe. And then I also, we will get to this. This is the final picture of the night. This is as we were walking back to our hotel. And I think I'm going to be adding in our hotel keys. So all of that will be fun. So let's get started. I got a lot of cutting out to do. And then we will get started. All right, guys, so I am so excited to get day one done. We cut everything. You are going to notice that I completely forgot to go back and cut out those embellishments that I just slid under those papers. So I think in my next video, I will get those all cut out and go through and embellish. I do want to go and embellish a little bit more. But again, this is quite a large album for being such a small trip. Guys, we did a ton. I remember people telling us when we posted pictures on our Facebook or whatever that, oh my gosh, you guys like hit a million places. So we have, like I said, I have a ton of pictures from this event and a ton of pictures that I want to get in here. So I feel like at this point, yes, I'm trying to get things done, but also just like get it in the album and then maybe go back at the end and like finish it, I guess. So, all right, so here we are. I am trying to put this, this postcard in here with an extra 4x6. I actually made this 3x4 card into a 4x6, even though either A, the postcard wasn't 4x6 or B, my card wasn't 4x6, because you'll see there's a little overlap. But it is what it is. It's not a big deal. I'm going to end up putting a picture actually in there because when I went through, I had done a lot of this way like before October daily, I believe. So there was some points in this album that I just didn't remember what I had done when I was designing the rest of it. And when I went through here putting that in, I noticed like I had already done so much journaling about the sky deck. Like I probably didn't have much more to say about it. So I'm just going to go and find a picture and put another picture in there because I had about 45 more pictures that could be added to this album, just for that event. So yeah, we're just going to go put a picture in that. I will probably do that later. It's in here. It's done. That is kind of where I'm at this point. Like I just mentioned, I did put that in there with a bit of acetate. If you don't have the little tab holders, they are very easy to make. Just cut a little strip. I did that one at an inch because of that little space that I had to cover, but usually about 3/4 of an inch of acetate, or even packaging, honestly. If you have a pretty thick packaging from a stamp set or some embellishments, you can use that too. I generally do like a little bit thicker, so I use acetate. So all right, so this was just like a mini insert in between going from events. We had quite a few. This was the first time we really, other than walking to the sky deck, that I had quite a few pictures. So I did that. And then that is where my first cutout of my camera came. Unfortunately, you didn't get to see me embellish that. It really wasn't that big of an embellishment. Again, like I said, as much as I would love to sit here and embellish every single thing and move on, I really did feel like that kind of bogged me down a little bit. So I think as I go through it, I do things that like I think of and that inspire me at that point in time. But otherwise I will go back and embellish more as we go. So right now I'm using that Chicago stamp set from Kerri Bradford. I keep on forgetting to go see if it is actually still available. Maybe I'll just do that right now as we sit here. But I will put that down below, or a link to that down below. What an awesome stamp set. It has so many great stamps, sediments, I guess you want to call them, of places that you do actually go to in Chicago. So I love that about this stamp set. And I knew that these needed it. It is actually still available. It's actually on sale right now and available in digital stamps too. So I knew that one side, this was the hardest part about these 2-page spreads, is obviously when you're taking pictures, you generally put the people smack dead in the middle of the picture. When I do full page spreads like this, it doesn't work out, as you know, that's where the rings go. So I did have to edit these pictures a little bit and move them over. So that generally makes a space on the side where needs to be something. So, but I thought, hey, we're going to just use this stamp and pick some colors that have been in this album already from my stamp set or from my kits that I've been using, and just stamp it out several times doing the beam. I was going to use these little apostrophes to embellish even more, but come to find out I only had one sheet of those. I have no idea. I thought I had tons more. I guess I have more of hearts and everything. And yeah, I just didn't have all the colors. And then I was like, yeah, forget it. Again, I was doing this at like 10 o'clock at night. So, and I had been working on designing this for probably an hour and a half, and like printing pictures and fussing with my freaking printer right now for quite some time. So to say I was kind of over it was probably not, not an understatement. So putting these together, though, I do always say that I use score tape or double-sided adhesive on a roll to put these together. I generally do not use my tape runner. Tape runner is pretty expensive, and as you do more of these albums, you'll find out like you'll go through tape runner like crazy. What I will say, though, OMG, if you didn't watch my last video, go back and watch that, of course. But I was complaining about my blade on my Friskers trimmer, and I got new blades, and cuts like butter. I mean, I don't think that I knew how bad that blade was. but cuts like butter. And, when you get through October daily and December daily, I think we just don't understand how much paper that we cut. And of course, I'm on a few creative teams and making cards and cutting through 110 and 80-pound card stack just wears those down tremendously. So get yourself some new blades. All right, here is the little like a key card holder from our hotel, and this I wanted to put on there, except for when I go through my flip out or my flip through, my day one flip through, you're going to see like, oh, I already put my key in somewhere else. That's okay. I end up switching it over to this, and then I will figure out something else to put in that pocket that I've already made. I think we're going to put our tickets from the train in there, I believe, or from the sky deck. One of the two, because I haven't found a place for those. But that was just the night view of our hotel, so I put that in there. Here's just where I keep all of my extra page protectors, and I thought I had pulled out the right one, had not. Using another 3x4 4 spot to finish this up. And then I'm like, oh wait, no. I think I hit record from my watch, and this is just not the view I wanted. I don't know what happened here. But on the way back to the hotel, we stopped at JoJo's Shake Shack, and my little guy got one of those crazy shakes. He's the only one. I think everybody else was still super full from the pizza. He's not a huge eater at dinners, so he probably just snacked. And but if I remember right, like, this sat at the table for quite some time, because I mean, honestly, who can eat these things? I think we all snacked on it for a little bit. Just going through all of my stamps again, just showing you everything that I'm kind of using here. Again, this is another travel one from Kerri, Bradford. I love that this is buildable. I just used this on the postcard that I made before that unfortunately my camera also stopped on. But I love how this one is definitely a buildable. I'm trying to, oh no, looks like it might not be available anymore. Trying to see if this one is. Yeah, I'm not finding it, unfortunately. I'm going to keep on looking for it. Hopefully maybe the digital version of this is still available, because you'd still be able to do that. But it just used a little label that said "ate this," and then you'll see here in a few minutes that I end up getting, I had to print out a few more cards for this time. Went back to the hotel though. This time it's now dark. Remember, it is March, so it's like dark, and by like 8 o'clock, I think it was. Probably by 9, it was probably dark. So we just got the view from our hotel room. We loved the honeycomb buildings there, and we were pretty much across the street from them. So the kids were constantly, talking about those along. And I think that there was also a restaurant down here that we wanted to try, but I don't think we ended up getting to that. So that stunk. Anyway, still pulling colors from the Weekender kit that I had used in the beginning of this. I have transferred over, because I've used a ton of the Weekender kit, I have transferred over to the Wanderer kit from In a Creative Bubble. So I'm kind of just mixing and matching. There is a lot of color from that in both kits. So now I'm kind of just mixing and matching and taking it from there. I also just received the Savor kit from Allie Edwards, and when I was looking through that real quick, I think honestly there will be a lot of sentiments and good elements from that kit, like savoring the moment, that type of thing to use in travel albums. So I think you're gonna see a little bit of that one in day 2. All right, so this is nightlife. We literally, there was an amazing bar in our hotel. So me and my husband just went over to that. My oldest is 16. He can stay in the room and watch my little guy by himself, just so that mom and dad can get a moment of peace and quiet at the bar. We had one drink each, I think, and then we were like, okay, we're exhausted. We've been up since like 5 a.m. Let's get back to the room. And there I was just trying to figure out if I was going to do much of anything else. And it doesn't look like I do. I was like, nope, we're just going to print out some cards and leave it at that. Lastly, this is a stamp set from Allie Edwards. Also, I was really just looking for something that would fit, because the other stamp set that I've been using is the one from Ellie's Studio that Jane would just not fit in the space. But I felt like this font matched the font that is on that Chicago stamp set a lot, and it fit. So yeah, we're going to use it. And I'm just putting names on these. Again, this was a 3x8 card in the, in a Creative Bubble kit, that I made into a 4x8.25 card. I just expanded it a little bit. And I am going to get each of the boys to write to fill it in pretty much. So I mention it here in a minute at the end. So I'm putting their names on, and then I will pick one of my favorite pictures of them from the trip, or just a picture of maybe if it around at the time that these get slid into the album. They're just going to get slid in at different places. It's not going to be something that is just, got a specific spot pretty much. So, all right, so here we go with the last part. Just going to slide these couple cards in, and these two cards are like, I want Cannon's words for that card. I don't know about that one, if I will even write on that one. It might be just regular, and then the boys also voices on this one. So all right, that's gonna wrap it up, and we'll go to real life. So here we go. Day one is pretty much done. I'm going to do a little small flip through of it real quick, other than a couple of cards that I am going to try and get the boys like voice in this album as much as I can. I'll show you here in a minute. I am so sorry about all of the cutting. Unfortunately, I have to go through and do a huge clean out of my phone, especially since we're about to go on vacation. Obviously I use my phone for, my life, and then filming and recording, and so it is full. But yeah, so this is day one. Nice and chunky already. We're gonna see if we can figure this all out. There is still a couple things I need to do, like I need to put a strip here, and like a couple of tabs, and there's a couple of spots that need work. But I know I did this such a long time ago, but again, you can go back and look at all of those posts, and go through it all there. So, but there's a little pull out there. Oh yeah, I was supposed to be doing all these pictures with the border around it too. I think I dropped that pretty quickly though. Oh, there's that. Who? I'll have to figure that out. Maybe I'll put the bill or something. Anyways, so yes, so there's a nice picture. I did that so long ago, I didn't remember that I did it. Our first picture down there as a family, and then just out and about walking. So I have this in the daylight, and then I'll show you it in the dark, of course, because that was our favorite buildings, the honeycomb buildings. Nice itinerary. And then we go into the sky deck, which this is ephemera from the sky deck, just to show you. And then our picture that we took there. More pictures that they took of us there. Lots and lots of pictures. I think I'm going to put actually another picture right here, because after I did this, I realized I already have tons of journaling on the sky deck, so I didn't really need any more spots for the sky deck or journaling for the sky deck. I really wanted this in there, so, and then I didn't even think about it. But more pictures, and then pizza. Yum yum. We got our receipts. I think I might have more receipts. There was a lot from this, guys. And then our walk afterwards. He loves Kilwins here in Michigan, and we found one there. He was like so excited. Our first little subway entrance that we came upon. Another postcard of the Bean, which led us into going to Millennium Park and the Bean and seeing the Bean, which we didn't really mean to, but hey, it worked out. Family picture. I think I will be putting something there. I don't know. Also, my printer is completely messed up right now, unfortunately. And so it is what it is. I'm not going to change it. It's fine. Full picture of the boys. I loved this picture of them. My oldest, let him get on his shoulders. He's such a good brother when he wants to be. And then a picture of me and my husband at the Bean that my youngest took. So, and I want all of these full pictures in here. People might call me crazy. And then walking back to the hotel that night, and this is what I was saying, like, I was like, oh, I need to go find the hotel key, and it's right here. The only thing I can think of is maybe back here I can put our tickets from the train. I don't know. It doesn't have to be. I can find something other. You know what? Let's do that. I will find something else for the hotel that doesn't even, like, we wonder. Oh, yeah. Oh, because I put the view from our hotel room here. Again, it's no big deal. Like, that can stay, and I can find something else to go in there. But honestly, the room to the key should be in there. Oh well. And then he was the only one that ate at JoJo's Shake Bar. I think he ended up getting the Girl Scout. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got the Girl Scout. So I'm gonna have him do the journaling maybe here, or just say it to me and I'll type it. And then I'm not positive what I will put here. Maybe I will put maybe I'll put a QR code here to my drink poofing, and then I don't even know if I'll put anything there. Maybe I'll put just the name of our hotel that we stayed at, because it was a nice hotel. So day one is complete. Whew. That felt like a marathon, and it's only day one. We have 2 more days to go. This doesn't come off. This is why I was going to get rid of this album. I need to go get some Goo Gone to get this off. I mean, it comes off, but it ends up doing that. So, horribly horrible. But I liked it, so whatever. I'll get some Goo Gone. But that is about it. Oh, yes. And then you see me doing all of these. This is going to be another way to get everybody's voice in this album. I had to make one more for myself. I'm just printing these as I have extra paper, extra space in like my full page spreads. Because unfortunately printing the 7 by 8.25 spreads definitely takes up a lot of paper, and then it doesn't leave a lot of paper at the bottom to put more things in it, so I have to like go through and try and figure that out. But these are going to be slid in there, and then pictures, I'm going to find one picture of everybody to put on the back of them, just that it's just their like top 5, like their favorite moment, their best snack or meal that we ate there, what experience they liked the most, what preferred transportation, because we did Uber, Subway, and train on this one, and then one thing that they want to remember. So and then I'll have them write that out. That will be fun to put in there and just randomly put in there. So all right, guys, thank you so much, and I will have more parts to come. Talk to you soon. Bye.